Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Elliot Webber, and in today's video we have got some breaking news for you, and breaking news it is because Dan Lloyd has announced he is joining Excelr8 Motorsport with trade price cars for the 2022 British Touring Car Championship season, alongside so far against Tom Ingram. And I mean, wow, what... I feel like this is a fantastic signing, in my opinion. Dan Lloyd, as we know, racing the BTCC last year in his first ever full season, and he did very well. I think he did very well. Of course, it was a steady start. It took some time for him to actually hit the road running. But he had some very good results. He had some top 10s and got some points finishes in the first half. But the second half of the season, I feel like he broke out a bit, taking multiple podium finishes, and was so close to getting that winning. I think he got 2 P2s and 1 P3. So only 3 podiums. That's not amazing for a 30-race season. But considering Dan Lloyd was in what was the oldest car on the grid. I'm not too sure if Power Max will still be using the Astra. I'm pretty sure they are, though. Yeah, the Astra is now the oldest car on the grid, which is surprising considering the car's only 4 years old. But yeah, Dan Lloyd joins Excelr8 Motorsport. Of course, we know Excelr8 has been a much better team than Power Max Racing. That's no disrespect to Power Max at all. It's just I feel like Tom Ingram made the difference in that Excelr8 car, and again, no disrespect to Chris Smiley or Rick Parfitt or Jack Bittel, who raced in the Hyundai last year. But Tom Ingram did make the difference. He was the one who was winning the races. He was the one getting the results. He was the one challenging for the championship as well last year. And I feel like Tom will once again do the same. But we're not talking about Tom. We're talking about Dan Lloyd. So Dan Lloyd, of course, Dan actually is almost a veteran of BTCC. He actually debuted all the way back in 2010 with the famous 888 Motorsport. Of course, rest in peace, 888 Racing. You will be missed from touring cars. But yeah, so Dan Lloyd, yeah, debuted in 2010. Didn't really get any results in that Vauxhall Vectra. Of course, that was when Vauxhall had actually pulled out of touring cars for a while. However, yeah, Dan Lloyd would then later return in 2016 with Eurotech Racing, where he did actually was impressed a lot. He got very good results considering his teammates were Jeff Smith and Martin Depper. He got much better results than both of them. Achieving, I think, a few pole positions as well. Came close to winning races, but sadly, Dan would have to wait a little longer for that race win, as you would have seen in the footage earlier. And so, yeah, then Dan would make a return in 2017 on what was another part-time basis with the MG squad alongside Aaron Taylor-Smith before he then pulled out to race in TCR. And then he would be replaced by Josh Cook. And then, yeah, 2018, he joined the TCR UK Championship for their inaugural season, where he didn't just win. He absolutely battered the field. He just dominated, won 8 races, over 12 podiums, won the season by 100 points. It was a fantastic year for Dan Lloyd. Then later on, actually in 2018, he would return to the BTCC with BTC Norlin. He will replace James Nash, who pulled out due to some personal reasons, and we haven't seen James Nash since. So James, if you're watching this, I would love to see you back. But yeah, and then Dan would, as you would have seen earlier, got his first ever win and his current only win, and then Dan would once again not be seen for 2 years. He raced in TCR Europe in 2019 and 2020, almost winning the championship in 2020, but sadly, lack of results meant he missed out on it, finished P5 in 2020 in TCR Europe. Then, once again in 2021, would return to the BTCC with Power Max Racing, achieving some meh results, however, did beat the 2-time BTCC champion, the man with 97 BTCC victories, one of the greatest of all time. He did beat Jason Plato, not just in podiums, not just in race results, not just in qualifying results, but also in the standings. So Dan Lloyd was the much better driver in 2020. But how will he fare in the Hyundai? I think he will do very well. I think he'll win races, and I definitely think, well, I don't think he'll challenge for the championship, but he'll definitely get top 10. If he can get top 10, then it's a good season. But as for Tom Ingram, I think he's going to challenge for the championship again. I wouldn't be surprised if he challenged for it. He obviously wants to be champion. He deserves to be champion. Tom Ingram is one of the best drivers on the grid. And I think, with the exception of Ash Sutton, I think he's the best driver. I think he is the second best, third best. He's definitely top 3 best drivers on the grid at the minute. Tom Ingram's season last year was phenomenal. In his first season with Hyundai as well, his first season, it was a brilliant year for Tom Ingram, and I expect the same for Tom and for Dan Lloyd. Podiums, victories, and I feel like it'll be a good season if he can get top 10 in the championship in 2022. But let me know what you guys think. Where will Dan Lloyd finish in the championship? What are your expectations for him in 2022? If you're new around here, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. And also, don't forget to share with your mates, because it does help my channel grow. And also, just want to say, all footage used in this video belongs to ITV. This is being used under fair use for educational purposes. So yeah, shout out to ITV for the footage. And yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.